that you need to before he gets to use Time Walk, because you just blink stun, you use amp damage, and maybe like a medallion as well, and you can actually just kill him.
And versus Death Prophet too, like you get that kind of, you don't really have like super bursty heroes, but Corrosive Haze kind of makes your rest of your heroes more bursty.
So they'll need something right click heavy, whether it's a Jug or some, I'm not sure, but some right click carry. Bristle will cover some of that, but not all of it.
They're leaving Afu's hero for last. Interesting.
Yep.
Not really seeing much 4 players getting their hero picked last.
Yeah, but still, LGD went for.
Ooh, it's back.
Oh, we saw this in the secret game versus a Death Prophet. You just get ruptured and you can't really chase, and you can just disengage the fight when Exorcism, because Exorcism has a very long cooldown, while Rupture is a super low cooldown.
Also, I think Bloodseeker is pretty good against DP mid as well, just because if stuff's happening across the map, Bloodseeker gets a lot of plus damage. And a simple rotation like a Frostbite could definitely be a kill.
Old school people used to talk about it versus Faceless Void as well, because the Blood Right is incredibly good versus the Time Walk, and inside of the Chronosphere, like the Chrono's down, you put Blood Right behind it.
Yeah, we saw Secret pull this one out before.
Not sure though, like Bloodseeker is always a hero that it's a lot of question marks. You don't, it's like a hero that can do really well, but at the same time, things could go really bad for the hero. It's a very unstable hero.
There's a lot of things you need to. You need like magic immunity. You need some kind of a farming item, Midas plus something perhaps. And then you're like, okay, what utility items do I get? Do I go Solar Crest? Do I get Ags? I feel like the build isn't solidified yet. The best build.
I really like the Midas Ags build though, because you get your level 20 faster. You get that 14% increased rupture. Then you have 2 ruptures, so it's like
on a 40-second cooldown. Like,
yeah, exactly. So it's super strong. Thing is that right now, Liquid has 3 melee cores versus Void, Death Prophet, and Darkseer. So I feel like that's a little bit scary for them.
Expectations for that last ban as well.
Conker, probably. That's one of her last remaining heroes for Afu, and their Void, Darkseer. Pretty good setup for Conker.
Okay.
Good for protecting Death Prophet too.
Conker is really good against like the Slada, Bloodseeker, like heroes that run around, high movement speed, 1 X mark, you catch them. I think that would be probably the best hero right now left remaining for LGD.
So maybe taking away the boat thrower.
We have said that, this meta is a lot about this heavy team fight. I mean, looking at LFY's lineup, if they get a Kunkka there, it's like everyone has this massive team fight.
Kunkka DP, dude, that's really awesome. You keep the DP alive in a fight, you can get ruptured, but you just drop the boat over the DP, keep her alive.
That sounds like a great pick.
The Rum, super good.
Shaker.
Some more
okay.
Shaker.
More melee heroes.
Yeah, that's 4 melee.
so that the Chrono can be more useful.
They need more stuns though. They genuinely do, because Slardar alone is not going to ensure that they kill this.
But the thing is, like the Chrono is just gonna, I don't know, it's just very difficult to see Liquid doing very well in the team fights. But in the lane, if they do well, I can see that happening.
So it's mid Bristle then, and it's Matumba Bloodseeker?
He could go mid.
He could go mid Bloodseeker, I guess. Miracle played it last time.
Oh, it's a support or Shaker, so it's a core Slar.
I'm still on the LGD train.
Yeah, I love LFY's lineup this game as well.
You guys seem smitten. Just want to clarify, is there anybody wanting to deviate from that path?
Well, after that, no.
No? Draft has convinced you?
Yeah, their lineup's definitely better. I can see what Liquid can do with their lineup, I guess, but it's definitely harder to execute. And
okay.
Very volatile.
A volatile liquid.
Yeah.
It's like GCSE science. We'll leave it there then. Let's head over to your casting duo as they're preparing to see if we see a third. Matumba's family in the crowd could very well see their friend slash family slash son succeed in their grand finals, or we'll see a third. Let's find out with your casters.
Thank you very much, Alex. That's right, we're live here from the floor of the VTB Ice Palace. Gods, LFY said, really have enough team fight last game. We had to lean a mid. There wasn't much of a follow-up to the Disruptor. So they said, let's pick all the team fight spells in game number 2.
They aren't going to be out team for this time. First 2 pick Death Prophet. They know what picks they want. They say, look, other teams may not be first 2 picking these series, but we will. We're LFY. We went out group stage for a reason. So I'm with the panel. I like LFY's draft. They're sticking to their guns and going to try and make it work against Team Liquid.
And I think perhaps even bigger than, they have this huge team fight, they got Super Zero. Because last game, he got banned out in the second stage. I like the adjustment a lot from LFY, recognizing if they don't get Super Zero early, they probably don't get it at all. And frankly, Lina just didn't feel like his hero. He wasn't able to play it the way Sumail did. They don't really want to help Super as much. At least it doesn't seem to be the case as what, say, EG has been doing for Sumail. And so I think someone is a little more self-sufficient and a little bit more of a pain in the butt to gank is right up his alley.
It's also always a dream Void game when you're against this many melee heroes. The heroes had an insane win rate at this tournament, although the last couple times we've seen it picked, it has lost. Before that, it was like 9-0. Now it's like 9-2.
Great against Bristleback, you know, to ensure you can hit him from the right side and just keep him contained to the team fights. It's 4 melee against a Void Kunkka, like Darkseer on paper. Ugh, that just feels icky.
It is. The Bloodseeker is actually quite good against the Void, even though he's a melee hero. But as a whole, this is a dream Void game. Love seeing Void with Darkseer. It guarantees that even an underfarmed Void or a Void with just treads and an Iron Shell can actually kill heroes. It's a great way of amping up melee heroes' damages when they may be lacking items.
So it is a core Shaker for Miracle. Looks like he'll be the mid laner on the Shaker. They're going to run the safe lane Bloodseeker. Normally when we've seen the Bloodseeker picks, they do tend to go mid. Not the case this time. So does the way that Liquid are arranging their lanes do anything for you here? Is this a bit of a surprise? Do you think LFY might struggle with these particular matchups? I mean, panel said if Liquid have a good laning stage, maybe they have a chance, but are they going to have that laning stage? What do you think?
It looks alright. I think Bloodseeker is a very good matchup against Darkseer. You have that constant sustain from Blood Rage, you have great damage output, very easy to last hit deny and crush the Darkseer in CS, so I do feel like Liquid should have an okay time with these lanes.
They might have an okay time sniping a courier.
That's a cheeky little play you can always do, but the courier is stuck back at the base.
He has already skilled up Crush, so he's not going to have that extra move speed to help chase it down. Miracle and GH early on. Going to be tag teaming Super here. How does the mid core Shaker fare against DP?
I want to say it's okay, but not great. You can't really get in close to get totem hits and harass off, but once you get a few levels with like a rotation from a Slaughter, there's good kill potential. It just requires that support. So we'll see how Miracle can do. He should manage to get some CS alright. Like Super's not going to be a huge menace in terms of like massive amounts of harass, but it's not going to be a lane where Miracle can dominate like we've seen other Shakers do against Embers.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up that Shaker Ember, but this lane could be hard. Inflame, trapped out, good body box from GH, nice combo, and the salve actually going to save him for now. GH goes deeper, he wants this first blood, he's going to grab it, and Kuro there with the teamwork, able to tank a few tower shots, ensures GH's retreat. Super, meanwhile, dropping pretty low here mid, so to his Miracle, he did south back up.
That was a great tango from the chasing Slaughter. He manages to prevent the Darkseer juking with a salve by giving vision by chopping down some trees. Really nicely played, and GH getting a first blood. We can see the prowess in this Bloodseeker versus Darkseer matchup already kicking in, and Darkseer can't lane. He's actually got to go jungle. It's so hard.
Already the Slardar is waiting for him. GH has made the rotation to try and find the Darkseer. He's not at the northern jungle. He is tucked quite a bit farther away. So for now, should be fine. The one lane that we haven't talked about yet, Gods, is this lane that Monet is in, where I don't know if I've seen a Bristleback have 0 CS at 2 minutes, even without help. Mind Control is not getting much for now.
We see rotations on mid. Miracle very low. Kunkka is in the neighborhood. Maybe looking to swoop on in for this kill. But without a Spirit Siphon, not an easy one to do. I think the bigger claim could be sniping this courier. It's pre-3 minutes. The call should have been made that he's bottle crowing. I would love to see Afu trying to snipe this one on its way back.
Yeah, they saw GH moving around here just for a moment with his haste. He is trying to sneak in on that Shaker mid. His Super gets baited forward. Afu
barely misses.
Swinging a miss here. The Fissure blocks him on the wrong side, but he has a little avenue to move away. Not far enough though. Caught out and punished. Afu will go down. Miracle just long enough with the Fissure. Looked like there was a little room for Kunkka to squeak through, but he's had a bit too much rum as of late, and that belly couldn't slide through.
Kunkka, you know, it's like a risky play to go for. If he gets the kill, it puts Death Prophet in a great position to succeed in this lane, but instead gets turned around on him, and now Aker is looking like he can kind of stabilize this lane. Bottle crowing for a second time now. It's not an easy lane for Shaker, and that's why you've got to go for this bottle crow technique, but
in the meanwhile, Mind Control going in on the bottom lane. He wants this DDC kill. He got slightly juked around the trees. The quills aren't quite enough. He will back away for now, and while that was happening, the Slardar is being pursued, but there's nothing to corral GH. So Liquid, a strong start here in the lanes. They're about even as far as like, the CS department goes, but it's the lane pressure ramping up. You can see the Bristleback getting more difficult for the Void dual lane to deal with, and the kills have been coming in.
Yeah, this is where the Void does not beat the Bristle, is kind of this early game laning stage. You don't get completely beaten down, you get your magic stick charges, you can always heal up if he stacks too many quills on you, but you can't keep Bristle out of the lane. You love to run these carries against offlane Bristles that can at least threaten to kill him, but Void is not one of them.
Not unless they're going to bring in a third hero and catch him a bit low, but for now, Afu's got his hands full trying to protect this mid lane, and again, that's all because of GH, who's just been all over the place as the Slardar. Already has the Tranquil Boots complete, so off to a great start. And I mean, you mentioned the Darkseer struggles, Gods. They do continue. 21 denies up in that top lane, and he's sent packing back to the base again. Second time he's had to make a trip back to the fountain. Say what you will about the Bristle, but he is staying in the lane, even if he's struggling a bit.
Absolutely. Mid lane being secured by Miracle, finding a regen rune. He's just being disruptive, spamming spells. He's actually out CS the Death Prophet in terms of raw last hits. Denies leaning Super's way, but Miracle 113 is looking pretty scary and potent in this mid lane. Once he hits level 6, you look at that kill potential coming in from any +1 helping him out.
Speaking of +1s, Kunkka is taking over top for now. Looks like Darkseer is going to rejoin him, but Bloodseeker not a potential kill for that duo, so just trying to lend a little support as again Slardar slinks around towards mid. He's going to wrap here on the Death Prophet. No, actually just gets the ward down as Monet is farming bottom in the meanwhile, but this ward could set up nicely. It means they know there's no one protecting the Death Prophet, and you can see GH does want to strike, so we'll catch the tail end of this maneuver, but again, the prep was crucial as a third hero is going to rotate top. In the meanwhile, can they find an opening here? Bloodseeker's down to about half HP already as the fight breaks out. Kuroki on the run, Torn having a fish, it will connect to Matumba, but do they have the follow-up? They're going to X him back. Ion Shells connect, and Matumba Man now tries to scurry back to freedom. He's not going to make it. While that was happening, though, Death Prophet went down mid, and Kuroki salvages things top. A 2-for-1 around the map. A Bloodseeker traded for a Death Prophet Kunkka. Not a great trade for LFY again.
And the tier 1 mid's actually taking damage after Liquid get that kill. That is well worth it for them. That's the level 6 on Shaker I mentioned. He gets level 6, any +1, you can find kills on the Death Prophet. Slardar rotates in, provides an extra stun. They find the kill. This tower is down to like 400 health already.
I thought Death Prophet was the pushing hero, but apparently Miracle getting things done with the Enchant Totem. His bottom lane mind control, tries to play with the trees here. His salves quickly cancel. Monet cages the beast and brings him down, getting him closer and closer to that chrono. And as we've seen throughout this tournament, Gods, you know, it's, yeah, LFY have this great late game team fight, but the Voids carrying early teleport scrolls can turn the tides on the mid lane. Something Liquid will have to respect as Miracle does get caught out here. Spirit Siphon coming through from behind. Potentially the Slardar rotation can help, but already Super. Early commitment there on the ultimate will find the kill. DDC not able to fully cage GH, but still a nice kill there on the Core Shaker.
Got a little greedy. He wanted to make sure they didn't deny the tower, so he ran in. They don't get the tower enough. The Siege Creep did get the last hit, so there is a bit of a gold exchange that's, I think, all right for Liquid there. But ultimately,
they just got 2 core kills. They're pretty happy with your LFY.
Yeah, you're pretty happy. Don't like seeing a tier 1 tower go down. It wasn't Exorcism committed, so it's not like all sunshine and roses for them just yet, but they've got to find a way to use some of these ultis once they get like the Void level 6. They need to get their team active, moving, and pressing forward, but they're kind of under-leveled. Like Darkseid, just level 5, isn't doing as well as the Bristleback, who's level 6, and across the board, Liquid's heroes are just doing better. The CM Aura just really enables them so much more to just harass lanes and win their lanes and pressure LFY.
Well, Chrono is ready. There's Monet. See what the item progression ends up being. He's showing the Lincoln Sphere build. We only saw this attempted once by Matumba Man on his Void, and I think it was their series yesterday, and he actually never ended up completing the item because they fell so far behind. Used to be Shadow's favorite build for Wings, but against the Bloodseeker, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, Bloodseeker has a very easy way to pop it with the Blood Rage, but at the same time, you may go into a fight, just try accidentally, maybe it does block something like a Rupture, can be very nice.
Oh, Fissure clips DDC, and now Krogi following this up, right? A good static field, or excuse me, Thunderdome is going to hold them back for now. Miracle getting caught by the X. They follow this up with the Spirit Siphon. They don't have the Exorcism, though. The Void could be coming in momentarily. Indeed, it looks like he is. He jumps on the Miracle, still holding onto the Chronosphere. Miracle tries to turn. Enchant Totem, decent damage, but now the bubble on 3. Beautiful catch by Monet, making artwork of this beatdown on Liquid as they try for the turn. Matumba joins the fight. TP out attempted. Is there a way to cancel it? Do they have the damage? Not quite. X is there in the meanwhile, dragging GH back, but he gets the crush. And Apu now on the run. His turn to teleport. Where's your stuns, Liquid? They don't need them. They have the damage. They get the kill anyway. Beautiful catch there with the Chrono, but they lack the follow-up without the Exorcism and without the levels on the supports.
Yeah, that's such a great fight for them if they have Exorcism up and they're able to use it. They still do it okay, get a 2-for-1 trade, but ultimately Liquid have to invest a lot of heroes rotating in, and they do lose their mid, so a mid for supports is actually not all too bad for LFY.
They just need these support levels, it feels like. Once they have them, the damage is... It's always going to be there. You know, unless they've used every single ult, you'll have something to combo with that Chrono.
And they're kind of at this point where Darkseid can't really come and help. He's just trying to catch up a bit on farm and levels at top lane, whereas Bristle was actually able to try and rotate in and offer something, but...
I like this play by LFY, guys. If they get a kill here, this is a tower down with the Exorcism, and an important tower for Roche as well.
This is always a great move. When you see that support